Look at it, just west of the Guadalupense on the Texas-New Mexico border. What the hell? Why are they trying to graze cattle out here? Oh, you got feral horses. Dude, those are feral horses. Oh, shit. They're coming to scope us out. All right, guys. Come on down. We'll be ready for you. Anyway, really interesting member of the Asteraceae right here. Semi-succulent leaves, rubbery. Looks like it's in the Senecio tribe. I might be wrong on that. Doesn't have any rays, no daisy rays. Pseudoclappia is the genus here. You have a goofy name. That whole thing coming up, forming a little woody subshrub on the gypsum sands. Really harsh environment here. One of the only things flowering. I just saw a little tiny native bee hitting it. A little tiny native black bee. I don't know how they can fly around in this wind. Oh, those horses are getting closer. They're really coming over. I don't have anything to give them. I don't have shit to give them. I don't got nothing for you guys. They want us to give them an offering. Anyway, check this guy out. If I didn't know any better, I would think this was a Frankinia from the family Frankiniaceae, which is in the Caryophyllales order. Frankiniaceae is a family, I think it's a monotypic genus, but they like habitats like this. Salty as hell, which this certainly is, and very dry. Holy shit, they really are coming over here. What do you want? I don't have any carrots, man. You're barking up the wrong tree. We got a right to be here too. Look at this guy. This guy's pissed. All right, next time. Thank you. Pleasure meeting you, all of you guys. All very sweet. Oh, look, here's one with rays still. That's weird. Or maybe they all have rays? Yeah, I guess they all have rays. I just wasn't seeing them before. They're somewhat inconspicuous. They're narrow. God, what a weird, what a weird pseudoclappia. What do you think of that, huh? What do you think of that? Oh, shit. Come on, really? Fuck, no. Well, I'm glad that went okay. They seem to have chilled out. They just wanted to come inspect us. Same thing cops do. You know, just sniff us out, see what we're up to, and then leave us alone. Here's an interesting composite. Looks like a species of Gaillardia. This is Gaillardia multiceps, which is another gypsum endemic. Notice we're on gypsum soils. You're only going to find this on gypsum soils. If this plant's growing there, you know the soil is gypsum. And there's plenty of gypsum throughout New Mexico. Look at those leaves. Almost kind of whitish, chalky, covered in tiny, stiff little hairs. So the dominant plants here, or one of them, and the horses were eating it, is this Tequilia, which is boraginaceae. And you can tell by those little hairs. Stiff little hairs. Pink flowers. They kind of post on this one. They're not looking great. There's an example. How the hell are the horses eating this? Jesus Christ. Little suffrutescent shrub. Got like a woody base, but doesn't get very tall. There's that Gaillardia again. God, this is a severely degraded landscape. Just overgrazed to shit. Probably take 20 years to restore once you took the cows off of it. Nice mountain range, nice front of, I don't know, what is it, like 300, 400 million year old limestone? I think it's like 300 million year old limestone. Get the same stuff in New Mexico. Oh, I think we are in New Mexico. I think Texas is like a mile that way. There's that Tequilia. Got a cool Aclysanthes here too. Senecio flaccidus as well. But it's been grazed to shit and it's dry. You can see there's a lot of gypsum in this soil as well. Lots of selenite. There's that Aclysanthes. Member of Nyctaginaceae with those winged fruits. Still got the flower on there still? Or maybe the flowers haven't opened yet. Look at the texture of that too. Opposite leaves. Scales on those leaves. Scale-like trichomes. Little woody suffrutescent shrub. So you get this little fenced-in area. It's just, I guess, to monitor the effects of cattle. You can see the soil does this really weird, I don't know if that's a crust or what, but the soil looks completely different inside the fenced-in area as it compared to what it looks like outside. You can just more trampling. And you've got this interesting bastard right here, Lepidospartum burgessii, which is a rare plant. It's probably why they put this fencing here. And we're in New Mexico. Texas would never do something like this because Texas doesn't give a shit. I mean, Texas does give a shit, but it gives a shit the opposite direction. If you tell a politician in Texas that a plant is endangered, they immediately start taking steps to have it destroyed, you know? Or it's like sell the land to a developer, a shitbag developer or something. New Mexico is a little bit more aware and caring, I guess, if you want to call it that. Oh, look at that Tequilia. What the shit is it? Is it that... It's another Physaria. Looks like another weird mustard. Anyway, not much to look at right now. It's a cool plant, especially when it's in flower, but looks like the antelope have been hitting it, and the pronghorn's been hitting it, and it's not flowering because it's so damn dry. But at least they're taking steps. And presumably there were more out there, but the cattle have just destroyed all of it. Yeah, look at that soil though, man. That is gypsum-ass soil. And that is a living crust on the gypsum-ass soil. So we were just down there, crossing that barren gypsum salt flat. And now we're in the mountains to the east a little bit, slowly going up. Oh, what's this? Is it marble or nice Echinocactus horizontaloneus going off? Looks like an old individual. Probably not as old as that guy. That is an old one. Beautiful pink flowers. Limestone substrate. We got Grussonia. We got Ocotillo, Fucaria splendens. There's the dog cholla. A lot of interesting stuff. And rocks from all over, but most of them calcareous. Yeah, that is an old one. Jesus. Look at the wax. Look at that thick cuticle. It's like cuticle and then wax on top of it. Epicuticular wax. Flowers already closed up for today. Tequilia gregii, excuse me, right there, which is a shrub. This can get upwards of 2 feet tall. Another plant that sadly is not in cultivation in native plant gardens like it should be, which blows my mind. And we got a Echinocereus over there. What is it, just Daisyacanthus? Oh, here's an interesting one. Okay, this is a remarkable plant. Dermatophyllum, gypsophilum. The gypsum mountain laurel. There's only one plant here. There's more up a ways. I don't know if we're going to make it there before the sun sets on our ass, but this is a really interesting plant. Really remarkable. A gypsum growing mountain laurel. Supposedly they can get a little bit bigger than this. I'd imagine they do. There's probably, like I said, a larger population further up, but I don't know if we'll be able to make it there by then. Yeah, surely there's more up there. Seems like a more mesic environment. There's fucking pine trees up there. It looks like pinyon pines. You know, there's nothing like a limestone crevasse. See, creosote will grow in anything. Oh, nice chert nodules. Creosote will grow in anything. It doesn't care what it grows in. Volcanics, limestone, don't give a shit. Ooh, who's this? Ah, Escobaria. Escobaria tuberculosa. Look at those beautiful flowers. See, this looks like a man, but the flowers come out of the apex of the plant rather than in a ring around the center. See that? They come right at the center instead of out of a ring, like mammillaria do. Beautiful plant, though. Echinocereus enneacanthus, but a different subspecies than the one we get in South Texas. Sydnea tenuifolia too, of course. Stunner for a native plant garden. What is that, Parthenium and Canum over there? Look at the Ocotillo, it's so lovely. Like you can tell they got some rain here. Man, I just got these boots. This kind of rock is absolute hell. Torture for these boots. Remnants of a Triassic ocean? I think this is Triassic limestone. You know, New Mexico always feels so much nicer than Texas. I like Texas. I like fucked up places, you know? Texas is fucked up in its own way. Not in terms of crime and shit. It's just a weird place. You know what I mean? Lots of paranoia, suspicion, craziness. It could be nice in its own way. I mean, you know, I do like Texas. But New Mexico, part of the reason Texas is nice is because New Mexico is so close by. This is an interesting wash. Fallujah paradoxa rosaceae. That's a nice one too. Another member of the marigold tribe, Porphyllum scoparium. Scoparium means it looks like a broom. And Porphyllum is just a member of the marigold tribe Tegidi, which means those leaves, smell pretty good. This is a nice one. God, that's amazing. Look at that. That's the whole damn Echinocactus horizontaloneus family. You rarely see them that big. You rarely see so many of them. They've been everywhere along this little walk. The Echinocereus nurse in the nest of dogjoy of Grussonia. These get poached a lot, I'm sure, too. Only to slowly die in like Scott's potting mix. Fucking miracle grow in a pot on someone's porch. One of the most drought tolerant and heat tolerant cacti in Texas. Ooh, it's Tolinum. Another semi-succulent member of Caryophyllales. The fuck happened to this guy? Look, he's tethered by a single root. He seems like he's doing fine, though. As long as he's tethered in by that root, doesn't get kicked up by pigs. I don't think there's pigs here. This would be pretty hard. God, look at that fucking massive horizontaloneus. Jesus. Yeah, beautiful horizontaloneus. And we got Glandula cactus uncinnatus right here. The key giveaway being those recurved fishhook spines. Almost looks like a horse crippler. Ah, fuck. The tiny horse crippler cactus. This one is not being grown enough. You can see those fruits are conspicuous, trying to get noticed by birds or some other mammal, which are their dispersal agents. Jesus Christ, that is dry, man. That hair is dry. We are in a desert. Who knew? Ah, a nice night for a hike. Chromaria in fruit. It's a weird family. Monotypic family. Only one genus, maybe 20 species in it. Zygophilales. You can see the... Oh, here's the flowers. Nice. Really distinct shaped flowers. And really distinct shaped fruits that rely on sticking to animal fur for dispersal. Oh, look at that. Monster glandula cactus. That was the biggest ones I've ever seen. What's their elevation here? 4,100 feet? God damn. You can see it's also trying to mimic grass a little bit too. Those spines kind of look like dead grass. They're long enough to be as well. God, this area is rich. I mean, I've been seeing cactus species that you don't normally see as big as I've been seeing them here. So the ones here are presumably very old. You don't often see them that big. Glandula cactus, echinocactus, horizontaloneus. This is a rather unmolested site, which can be hard to find in Texas these days. I mean, even on private land. Oh, that's interesting to find. Wonder how long that's been sitting there. Look, it looks like it's from a aircraft. Whew, this is a little steeper than I thought it was. I mean, I knew this was going to suck, but that is some fucking emptiness. That is beautiful. No neon signs, no car noises, nothing. It's just a nice pillar of limestone, Triassic limestone. Got some white brush, Aloysia. Got a Leucophyllum minus. Scrofulariaceae. Got Trixis californica back there. Ocotillo. What's up top? Let's keep going. Oh, we got to the top and it's just another slope up to another mesa. Lots of nice Ocotillo up here though. Temperature is perfect, just a little dry. Oh look, it's Agave Perrii. Didn't see that yet. There's some nice stuff up here, some nice stuff. Here's a Mortonia. What is this? The only one I know that grows anywhere nearby is sempervirens, and this doesn't look like it. I guess it could be. It could just be a really healthy sempervirens. Celastraceae is the family. Look at those leaves. Imbricate, overlapping like snake scales. There's those cool flowers. Got those leaves really are. What's what about this plant? Damn. Wild. Growing on limestone. All the Mortonias like limestone. Utahensis, sempervirens, Greggii, etc. Oh, this is nice. This paid off. There we go. There it is. Dermatophyllum, gypsophilum. A much healthier gypsum mountain laurel than the one we saw down below. I wonder if that one down below had been planted or something or what. It was near an old water tank, so maybe someone was messing around and put the seed down there. Look at that. God, what the fuck, man. A fraction of the size that Dermatophyllum secundiflorum gets, which I presume this is most closely related to. And it gets that kind of, you know, the leaves look a little haggard in old age as they senesce as well. How did this thing speciate out? Either out of secundiflorum or out of a common ancestor it shared. It looks a little haggard though. No offense, buddy. I hate that name, mountain laurel. No relation to laurels. Doesn't grow in the mountains. At least the, Texas mountain laurel doesn't. Whatever. It's the problem with common names. But I'm always trying to get people to use just the genus name at least. Dermatophyllum. But look at that though. It's like a wax. Not even a pubescence. I always assumed it was a pubescence. That's just a dense wax on those leaves. God damn, what a weird plant. What a cool one. Doesn't get very big. Rare as hell. Who knows how old it is as a species. God, that's fucking insane, man. There's no amount of money that could comp for that. See, that's the shit they can't take from you. They'll take everything else. Will you get like a fly problem or something or what? What's going on? Yeah, they're bothering me too, okay? Will you just settle down? You're not going to get them. Placebo effect right there. It makes her feel like she's doing something. Ah. Yeah, it's such peace. Rarely get to know. A piece that you rarely get a chance to get a little piece of. You get a chance to hold on to. God, that light is something else, man. I don't know what to say. There's another one topping out at 2 feet. We've seen 3 plants. They're still rare as hell. Grown with Ocotillo, Mortellus scabrella, an Opuntia species. Who cares? It's an Opuntia. Laurel tridentata on sandstone. In one of the most gorgeous places in the Texas-New Mexico area. It's soon we're not going to be able to film anymore because it's getting really dark. There's another one though. So 3, there's another one over there, 4, but they all look kind of rough, man. Not getting too tall, not thriving. Do they flower? Presumably they do. How old is a plant that's 2 feet tall? Oh, here's another one. 5. One of the rarest plants in Texas. Oh, there's a little colony of them, but those look dead. Alpenglow. Okay, there we go. 7, 8. There's I think there's more up here. So they're starting to become more numerous. I feel better. Still rare as hell, but yeah, the sun is setting on our asses up here. Worth it though. God damn, look at the karst. See, those look rough. When do these things flower? Do they flower? How often? Every couple years? What? I bet they're pretty new as a species. That's what I would assume. But it could be reversed. Could be they're just being snuffed out. They're an old species. They're just being snuffed out as the climate continues to dry. There's a large one. It's about 3 feet across. Half dead though, so who knows? Looks like it's on its way out. But there's a more decent population here. Anyway, it's getting too dark to film. We gotta head back. That's all I got. Hopefully you got some out of that. Weird species. Always fun to think about. How old? How long has it been landlocked up here? Why isn't it spreading? When does it flower? So little known about it. That's all I got. Have a great day. Go fuck yourself. Bye.